Well, there are three things that the Solace Foundation are really focusing on in the past 12 months. One's about trying to help develop the talent of the sector. One is about acting as a thought leader and trying to promote thought leadership in the sector and the exchange of ideas, and that's clearly very important for our member authorities, as is the talent piece as well. And thirdly, we're also trying to very much try and drive more and better use of evidence in terms of our policy making work and make that more accessible and more real. And all of those things are vitally important for our member authorities in London as they are for public services more generally. I think all of the ones I'm involved in, whether it's our own member authorities as local authorities or actually our partners across the public service and more broadly in the private and voluntary sectors, it's about how in times of really severe financial austerity are we going to come together to drive better services and at a price that can be affordable given the constraints we face. So actually the work we're doing with the foundation, and particularly through the Solace Foundation imprint on governance, is actually looking at the way in which we combine and collaborate in terms of bringing those public services together. And that's going to be an important theme of the publication that we are putting together and which will be featuring on the SFI hub. So I think that challenge about joining public services together in an effective way and in a nuanced way is probably right at the heart of the challenge that we face. I think one of the biggest challenges is about the capacity that we all have across public services to make that integration work effectively. Lots of those organisations have been hollowed out to some degree in the past couple of years, and our ability to work effectively with partners in health, in central government, in London of course with the Mayor and the wider GLA family, it's actually about, I think, finding the capacity to do that in an effective way. It's probably also about trying to, I think, another big challenge is just really trying to, I think, release the innovation and the enterprise that's there on the ground. We've got the whole place pilots across the country, of which there is one in London, of course, with the West London whole place pilot. We're seeing city deals across the country. I think the capacity to move those forward and to really learn the lessons from those quickly and effectively and to get that rolled out into policy, I think that's a big wish for those people driving those things on the ground. It is really important that we have, I think, some sense of coherence about the importance of place and the importance of locality in the way that the future choreography of public services works. We've, I think, had a mixed picture over recent years, so there's some things that are really worth celebrating about the whole place budget pilots, about city deals, as I mentioned before, but equally there would be anxieties about how much do our councils really at the heart of being able to commission and secure a range of local public services that are better integrated. Well, I think looking at innovations and looking at some of the experience of that, I'm inevitably drawn to some of our experiences in London, the tri-borough partnership between Westminster, Kensington, Chelsea, Hammersmith and Fulham, bringing services together, bringing senior management together to drive real savings. But I think going beyond that now to looking about how they integrate them with a range of other public services, whether that be health, whether that be the court system, criminal justice, in order to drive real savings and real synergies across their areas. That's something I think it's worth pointing to. I think the work that Lambeth are doing on the Cooperative Council, it's early days, but I think they are trying to forge a different type of relationship with communities and trying to get a much more local and organic drive to the way that they shape and design services for the future. Actually across London, the work that goes on between a variety of agencies, both with the Mayor and his wider bodies such as TfL and boroughs, I think have been important, particularly this year of course, where we've been hugely in partnership with them on the delivery of the Olympic Games.